Is it in and out or in and out?
Oh, it's in and out.
In and
In
out?
and
All
out.
right, now.
Yeah.
I always say in and out.
Actually, it's Paul. It's more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Carganilla Online Variety Entertainment Podcast. Here's your host, Paul Carganilla.
Hello and welcome to COVE. This is the show in which we aim to entertain and inspire you through a variety, grab bag of audible art forms, including music, storytelling, special guest interviews, and more. We have an awesome group assembled here for this Carganilla Online Variety Entertainment offering, and I am your host, Paul Carganilla. I know that if you're listening to the show on your favorite podcast platform or watching on YouTube after the live recording session, I am actually speaking to you from the past, and today was a crazy day here in Southern California. I want to bring in producer Craig Jackman so we can chat about this before we welcome our special guests. Producer Craig, jump on in here and welcome.
Thank you so much, Paul. And yeah, I mean, the beginning of the day almost reminded me of, it was about 35 years ago on the island of Jamaica.
Oh.
With a Category 5 hurricane bearing down on the island, and I was there on vacation with a bunch of guys that I used to work with at Disneyland.
My goodness. Well, I'm guessing you survived.
Yeah, but let's just say that there was panic in the household and among friends because the hotel that we stayed at, the news reports came in that the roof of the hotel was ripped off, which was true. It was hot, humid, windy, rainy, and quite an experience.
Wow. Well, today, when we're recording this episode, it happens to be August 20th, 2023. And if you're listening to this in the past, this was a day where Southern California had its first hurricane warning. Well, in the days leading up, it was a yes. Hurricane. It wasn't a warning. It wasn't upgraded to a warning yet. It was a notice or something like that. But it was the first one we've had since 1930 something.
1939 is what I heard.
Wow. Yeah. And so Hurricane Hilary came on up. It got downgraded to a tropical storm before it hit today. And it's been a little windy and a lot of rainy here. But that wasn't even the craziest thing. We also had a 5.1 earthquake a couple towns over from where I live. So a lot of people quickly jumped on to hashtag it or call today the day of the hurricane, because we had our first Southern California tropical storm hurricane and earthquake on the same day.
5.5 out of Ojai.
Oh, they upgraded it to 5.5. Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been waiting. I've been on call for work. I'm the public information officer for a police department up here, and I actually don't usually go in for emergencies for the city. There's the person who does my job, but for the city is on vacation. So I've been kind of shoulder tapped to jump in tonight if anything goes haywire. Hopefully it won't, and we can get through this episode because we're on a bit of a deadline as we're set to come out every Tuesday. The show goes live, and this one is set to come out in a couple of days on the 22nd of August. So if you're listening to this in the future, I'm glad I made it through the episode, and I'm glad we made it through the hurricane, the tropical storm, and the earthquake, the hurricane, and I'm glad you all are here with us. It was pretty, it was a jolt. I experienced a jolt. We'll see what our guests experienced. We have several guests joining us tonight. They're kind of dropping in. This was a last minute kind of episode to do. I wanted to do a storm watch because it's all over the news when something like this happens. So I thought it would be fun to get our friends on and do a episode about how's the storm where you are. And then the earthquake happens. So I'm let's just find out what everybody experienced today and enjoy some music and lively conversation. So the theme for the episode was supposed to be rainy days and Mondays, but I guess it'll be rainy days and earthquakes. And we'll bring in whoever is here right now. I believe we have both the Benjamins, Amanda and David Benjamin. Welcome.
Yay!
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, David. It is your first time on COVE podcast.
It is.
And that means you are due. I didn't even warn you, but you are due for our special icebreaker. Every time we bring a new guest on, they are faced with the challenge of telling us everything we could possibly know about you in 60 seconds or less. And so that is the way we haze you into the show, really. And we learn the most about you in the fastest possible time span. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
In 3, 2.
All right. Well, my name is David Benjamin. I have consider myself primarily a musician and a model builder. I started playing piano and building model airplanes when I was about 10 years old, and those are two things that have stuck with me through my whole life. Majored in music in college, started composing music when I was in college, and have continued that since then. And that's been a big part of my life, especially when I got involved with Vodacity Network and performing live music in online broadcasts. It's been a really fun thing over the last several years. Work-wise, I work for the company that oversees workers' comp insurance in California. So I get to see a lot of different kinds of businesses and get a sense of what they do. I've inspected Walt Disney Company, among others, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else major about me. I think that's model building, music. Those are kind of my two big identities. That and cooking, baking, I like doing.
59 seconds. Boom.
Yes.
I think he's missing one other thing.
I know, it wasn't quite everything we could possibly know about him.
Amanda. There we go.
Thank you.
That would have taken that extra, quarter of a second that was left?
Amanda, of course, his lovely wife, joined us in the previous episode about saying yes to new adventures. So if you're a regular podcast listener, you recognize her voice. She just wrapped up a show today. Today was closing day of her Beauty and the Beast run. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was a really great run. If you are not familiar with Audacity or me or my shows or any of our stuff, I was in Beauty and the Beast, and I played Mrs. Potts, which was really fun. And we had quite an eventful close.
Yeah. So did the earthquake actually hit during the show today?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
The show. So it happened in the scene right as Belle is being taken from the dungeon to her room. So she said on stage, she started, she was moving and stood up, and the beast yelled something, and the audience actually thought that the projector that was shaking the lights and everything were part of the show for a little while.
It coincided with the beast screaming, everything's been shaking.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they thought that, and then I was grabbing my phone, and we heard over the announcements, we're going to pause, and everybody needs to evacuate outside. So evacuated the whole audience. We all went downstairs. So there's a little basement holding area.
Evacuated outside where it's flooding, I might add.
Yes. Into the rain.
Yeah.
Great combination.
Yeah. So everybody went outside, and we held for probably 10 minutes. So everybody was outside and then inside, and then picked back up in that beginning of that scene and got through the rest of the show.
Speaking of jerks and waves, I'm so glad we're all here together in the rain, enjoying the storm. And as I mentioned, other friends may drop in from time to time as we roll through tonight, but I think we should jump into some music. And Craig will let us know a little bit about this tune.
The group who originally sang this song was actually influenced by the Beach Boys. And not only that, the group's name originally was the Silver Strands. They were a group of U.S. Navy personnel serving out in San Diego. The singer of the group, John Gummo, put together this song in 1962, written in his Navy days while on watch during an actual thunderstorm. And the song ranked number 4 in the year 1963, according to the Billboard charts. The lyrics are sung by a man whose lover has left him. The rain falling reminds him what a fool he has been, and he rhetorically asks for the rain for answers. But ultimately he wishes it would go away and let him cry alone. Upon hitting the charts, the group changed its name from Silver Strands to the Cascades, inspired by, you'll love this, the dishwasher detergent. This is The Rhythm of the Rain from the Cascades as sung by Paul Carganilla.
Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. The only girl I care about has gone away, looking for a brand new start. Little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. Rain, please tell me now, does that seem fair? For her to steal my heart away when she don't care. I can't love another when my heart's somewhere far away. The only girl I care about has gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. Rain, won't you tell her that I love her so? Please ask the sun to set her heart aglow. Rain in her heart and let the love we knew start to grow. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. Oh, listen to the falling rain, pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, listen to the falling rain.
Very nice.
Thanks, Craig.
It's a different version from the original, but still very heartfelt, and yeah, I think it stands on its own.
Thank you.
I was about to say, like, as always, served with that like Paul Carganilla magic.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Amanda, given today's show theme, what do we call it? Hurricane.
Hurricane.
What musical selection did you choose?
Yes. You know what? I actually have the perfect song that has rain and earthquakes involved in it.
Ooh, double whammy.
Didn't even think about it until I just went, oh, yes. And that is going to be Carole King. I feel the earth move.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Benjamin.
I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart start to trembling whenever you're around. Ooh, baby, when I see your face, mellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart starting trembling whenever you're around. Ooh, darling, when you're near me and you tenderly call my name, I know that my emotions are something that I just can't tame. I've got to have you, baby. Oh, yeah. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down. I just lose control down to my very soul. I get a hot and cold all over, all over, all over, all over. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
Perfect tune for today. Perfect tune for the theme. And may I say, perfectly executed by Amanda Benjamin live here on this YouTube stream.
Thank you. I love that.
Fabulous. That's a great song for you and your voice, and a perfect song for today.
Carole King. She's amazing.
You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like it would just be best to follow up Amanda Benjamin with a David Benjamin inaugural performance here in the Cove. And
All right.
I know you picked a perfect tune for the theme.
I did.
And what is that?
Well, when you sent out the theme today and invited us to come on the show, and it was, rain themed, I thought, well, there's really only one possible choice here. Actually, okay, there's a bunch, but only one that is something I can do at the drop of a hat. And that is the Opus 28 Prelude, the 15th out of 24 preludes published in that opus by Frédéric Chopin. And he did not give the piece this title. Subsequent editors have given a lot of, kind of quote unquote fanciful titles to a lot of the pieces. But this piece, for centuries really now, decades upon decades, has been known as the Raindrop Prelude. And so named because it has it's called an ostinato, which is a repeating pattern or repeating note of G sharp or A flat almost throughout the entire piece. It's a very constant rhythm. The note itself does change a little bit here and there, but for the most part, it's just kind of centered on that note through the whole thing. And I realized, sitting here, listening to the sounds of the rain outside, we have a fairly steady thump, 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 thump of something dripping on the roof, probably water coming off one of the chimneys, dripping on the roof, that provides a very steady thump, 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 thump. So it's like this is doubly fitting for the show tonight.
It can be your metronome, nature's metronome.
Yeah, metronomes are always wrong, I found.
Is that your prerogative?
It is. It absolutely is.
I love it.
I've yet to find one that keeps steady time. It's just
Well,
unfortunate.
David and I, we've been trying to figure out a time to get him on his very own episode of this show to explore his talents further. Hopefully later this week we'll put something together, if not next week. But ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce you for the first time on COVE podcast to the piano stylings of David Benjamin as he performs Chopin's Raindrop Prelude, or Prelude to a Raindrop.
Chopin's Raindrop Prelude, yes.
Chopin's Raindrop Prelude. David Benjamin. Ladies and gentlemen, David Benjamin, killer job performing Chopin's Raindrop Prelude in your debut on Cove podcast. Great job, man.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
you. Yeah, it was. I love that piece. That's Prelude's numbers 13, 14, and 15 out of that set. That all three of those are just gorgeous, brilliant pieces of music.
And you did a fantastic job with it.
Well, thank you.
Now let me ask you, because I'm not like the hippest to classical music. Is there like how there's in art, in painting, there's Monet and Manet? Is there like Chopin and Chopin and Chopin, or is everybody just says it wrong?
No, it's Chopin, or Chopin if you want to kind of leave off the end, but
Chopin.
it's spelled Chopin, but it's pronounced Chopin, like Shopan is kind of how it's pronounced.
Chopin.
Yes.
Is it in and out or in and out?
Oh, it's in and out.
In and out?
In and
All
out.
right, now.
Yeah.
I always say in and out.
Actually, Paul, it's more.
Yes.
Poems or poems?
Poems now.
Well, that's a perfect segue to producer Craig Jackman.
Now, this poem comes to us from Kamush, KHAMUSH.com. Thandeka is a Unitarian Universalist minister and an American liberal theologian and the creator of a contemporary effect theology. Now, Thandeka's theological work considers the role of feeling or emotion in human religious and spiritual experiences. Now, originally born as Sue Booker, she received the name Thandeka from Archbishop Desmond Tutu in 1984, which means beloved or one who is loved by God. This song is this poem, I should say, is Storm is Life by the Reverend Dr. Thandeka.
Ladies and gentlemen, Storm is Life, as interpreted by Craig Jackman.
When it's to rain, clouds gather up in the sky, so dark, mild, puffy, and scary. No place is laid out for better safety. Here is where all shall stay to witness thunder and its blossoming lightning. Creatures go about with no assurance of survival, but nature embraces our powerless selves to relax knowing that all is well. Like trouble, when it affiliates our lives without a sign of caution, it brings nothing but turmoil to these shaken souls, helplessly gazing ahead for all confusion to pass on. Earth is never fun when one is sulking, 'cause then death prevails. Rain on its own sanctifies. Same clouds that cover you with fear bring down water of life. Darkness loiters around for a while and blinds your focus so you see not when it turns. When it turns, so far away that your vision is blared with any troubles ever existed. It's for this truth that rejoice when clouds gather. For sadness sent down are disguises, filled with blessings to come forth as the sun shines after this huge storm.
Storm is Life by Thandeka is interpreted by Craig Jackman. Masterful job as always, selecting and interpreting. Beautiful piece
But
of
you can see
artwork.
where at the end it's like, okay, you have the storms, and when you think about storm is life, we do go through storms in life.
Sure.
Ups and downs, sides and sides. We want to reach that goal. It's not a straight line. It's all over the place. And we do encounter the challenges, the storms, like that poem shares. But what's at the very end of the storm? As the sun shines after this huge storm.
That's right. We here in Southern California, we're just like, I love rain, at least, because like we don't get it very often. And then afterward, there's always a beautiful greenery that we get to experience where it's normally dry and brown. But, obviously it's a metaphor for life, and it's through every tough time. And we gotta, just like we talked about last episode with Kevin Gregg, just powering through the storm and reaching the end of it and coming out of it stronger, or as he called it, anti-fragile, like stronger because of it.
That's right.
It's a great message. And no matter how tough things are, remember, you got people around you who can support you, and no matter how bad the struggle is, once you reach the other side of it, you'll come out stronger, and the world will be a more beautiful place, as that poem so beautifully encapsulated and was so beautifully interpreted by Craig Jackman. Thank you, Craig. Producer
Thank
Craig.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike and Nicole Pierce.
Hello.
So happy you joining us tonight. How's everything down where you guys are?
Oh my gosh. It's been a long, long day. It's been a long day. Today's actually our 7-year wedding anniversary.
What?
Congratulations.
August
Happy
20th.
anniversary. Happy anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so now wait a minute. Does that mean that 7 years ago today, Paul was the one who was playing?
Paul was
at your
emceeing,
wedding?
he was DJing.
He helped lay the foundation for our marriage.
It was
Aha!
all Paul.
There was a reason for this episode tonight.
I was simply a lucky witness to history as two tied the knot and began their beautiful lives together. Oh man. Well, thank you for joining us on our anniversary. I feel bad I asked you to come on the show.
I feel bad that I said yes right away, and then Mike was like, wait, on our anniversary? And I was like, I'm sorry, like, should I back out? And then he decided to join me, so.
Well, thanks, Mike, coming on. But given the theme, rainy days or earthquakes or what did we call it? Hurriquakes?
The hurricane.
What song came to mind?
It was such a last second decision. I was thinking of a lot of different rain, like melancholy songs. And then finally, I was just like, wait a second. It's Hurricane Hilary. Hilary Duff had that song, Come Clean. I'm going to do that song if you remember it. So,
Absolutely.
the music video is just like her, like in a living room looking out a window, and like it's raining outside. And then towards the end of the video, she's like out in the rain, like all wet. And it's
So angsty and just emotional, and just what you experience as a late teen in the rain. I love the homage to Hurricane Hilary with Hilary Duff's Come Clean. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nicole Pierce.
okay. Let's go back to the beginning, back to when the earth, the sun, the stars all aligned. 'Cause perfect didn't feel so perfect. Trying to fit a square into a circle was no life. I defy. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it wash away my sanity. 'Cause I wanna feel the thunder, I wanna scream. Let the rain fall down, I'm coming clean. I'm coming clean. I'm shedding every color, trying to wanna find a pigment of truth beneath my skin. 'Cause difference doesn't feel so different, and going out is better than always staying in. Feel the wind, let the rain fall down and wake my dreams, let it wash away my sanity. 'Cause I wanna feel the thunder, I wanna scream, let the rain fall down, I'm coming clean. I'm coming clean. Coming clean. Coming clean. Oh, let the rain fall. Let the rain fall. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams, let it wash away my sanity. 'Cause I wanna feel the thunder, I wanna scream, let the rain fall down, I'm coming clean. I'm coming clean. Oh my goodness.
That was awesome. What are you? Oh my goodness!
I know. What?
That was
Oh my goodness,
great.
I'm amazing.
Flawless.
Wow.
No, I'm saying oh my goodness because like that song is just from I'm trying to remember how old I was and just how like intense it was, and I don't even understand like the lyrics. Like now that I'm singing it, I'm like, oh.
You rocked it. Loved
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. It was fun. Yeah, it just, I thought it went so well with the theme, right?
Absolutely. Fantastic job as always, Nicole, performing live here on the interwebs. And we'll hop it over to the next seat with your husband there,
There's
Mr. Michael
more.
Pierce. What happy anniversary, sir. Thank you for spending it with us.
Yeah, of course. I mean, get to spend it with favorite people.
And
you
isn't it
know?
always nice when you're given a choice about it? It's just fantastic.
I was thinking about it, and as a wedding DJ, people came in and out of my life. Like I would say half of the weddings that I did were for friends and family that I knew, and the other half were for people I had just met, and I DJ'd their wedding and we moved on. And there's like a small percentage of that half that I still am friends with on social media. But you two are really the only ones who have become like I didn't know before I DJ'd your wedding, and now you're like a huge part of our lives. And I'm very, very grateful for that.
Oh, we feel the same way about everyone here that we know through Audacity. All of you guys here on the screen with us and in the chat, like it's like our best friends. So super grateful for all the connections and friendships we've made through this.
Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your wedding anniversary, for your 7th anniversary. Happy anniversary. And for as far as the theme goes this evening, what did you choose, Mr. Mike Pierce?
So I went back and forth with a few songs. One of them was Banana Pancakes, Jack Johnson, because I saw that you threw that in the chat, Paul, and that is one of my favorite songs ever. So I was definitely thinking about that one for a while, but I ended up switching it kind of last second, and Nicole's going to help me out on this one. But I'm doing from 1992 mega hit, No Rain by Blind Melon.
Oh my gosh, I love this one too. I'm so glad you picked this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike and Nicole Pierce with Blind Melon's No Rain.
All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. I like watching the puddles gather rain, and all I can do is just pour some tea for two and speak my point of view. But it's not safe, it's not safe. I just want someone to say to me, oh, 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 I'll always be there when you wait. Yeah, you know I'd like to keep my cheeks dry today. So stay with me and I'll have it made. And I don't understand why I sleep all day, and I start to complain that there's no rain. And all I can do is read a book to stay away, and it rips my life away, but it's a great escape. Escape, escape. All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. You don't like my point of view, you think that I'm insane. Well, it's not sane, it's not sane. I just want someone to say to me, oh, 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 I'll always be there when you wake. You know that, you know I like to keep my cheeks dry today. So stay with me and I'll have it made. And I'll have it made. Ooh, I'll have it made. Ooh, I'll have it made. I'll have it made.
Yes. So awesome.
Wow.
So good.
And I agree with the people in the live chat here on YouTube who say I like that better than the original for sure.
I was thinking
Aw,
the
thank you,
same
guys.
thing. I was like, yeah, that's way better.
I would probably share the sentiment if I knew what the original sounded like.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Mike Pierce, Nicole Pierce, and for joining us on your anniversary with those two fantastic performances. Thank you both.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We're so happy to play music with you guys tonight.
Well, we're happy that you could join us, and we'll wrap it up. I know it's getting late here on a Sunday night, but before we do, I think I've got one last tune before we say goodnight, and producer Craig will tell everyone all about it.
Well, the nice thing about this song, everybody should know what about this song, but some background is that legendary music writers Paul Williams and Kenneth Asher wrote the music and lyrics to this song. that in 2020 was deemed culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant by the Library of Congress and selected for preservation in the National Recording Registry. Now, these two had previously worked together on several songs for the 1976 film A Star is Born. And when the duo first started thinking about this particular song, they used When You Wish Upon a Star from Disney's Pinocchio as inspiration. The song would feature a certain frog character playing a banjo in the opening scene to the movie. Performed by Jim Henson, the song reached number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100 in November 1979 and ultimately received an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song at the 52nd Academy Awards. Here is Kermit the Frog's song, the 74th greatest movie song of all time according to the American Film Institute, The Rainbow Connection, as sung by Paul Carganilla.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered, and wished on a morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed him. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing and keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Have you been half asleep? Have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Are these the sweet sounds that call the young sailors? I think they're one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. And someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. thank our guests, Amanda and David Benjamin, Mike and Nicole Pierce, and producer Craig Jackman for jumping in to perform live on the show with a last-minute request today. You're all amazing, and I love you very, very much. Thank you to everybody who's watched and listened. My online virtual entertainment streaming experience really stemmed from and has deep roots in riding the roller coaster of natural events, social movements, pandemics, and while some could argue that technology has made us more isolated, there are also many, many blessings, many doors that it has opened in terms of gathering, congregating, and enjoying each other's company, each other's life experiences and skills and talents here online in this virtual platform. I appreciate you being here, and I hope if you haven't yet, you'll subscribe to the show, leave a review, and of course, join us next week for a new episode of COVE. In the meantime, stay safe out there, everyone.
I put the coat on her!